Welcome to e-commerce psychology. We're diving deep today into why we, as shoppers, remember certain online experiences and forget others. Ever had, one really great moment shopping online that just sticks with you?
Or maybe the opposite, like a checkout process that was so bad it just ruined the whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting into. The
Like,
pecan rule and what it means for your e-commerce store. We're drawing on Mohammed Tufekh article, The Pecan Rule, Designing Memorable Shopping Experiences.
mhm.
And our mission really is to pull out some solid, actionable ideas from this so you can make your customer experiences more positive, more memorable, build that loyalty, boost those
They're
sales.
like key in today's market.
And just letting you know, this deep dive is powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your store. You can test it for free on Shopify. Just search Growth Suite on the App Store. Give it a whirl.
Good stuff. So the peak-in rule, the basic idea is pretty fascinating. We don't really average out our experiences when we remember them.
Right, it's not like a smooth playback.
Yeah. Not at all. What really stands out in our memory is the most intense point that's the peak, good or bad, and how the whole thing wrapped up, the end.
And the actual duration, how long it all took, sort of fades.
Yeah, it often gets less weight.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but it's backed by serious research. We're talking Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel Prize winner.
Ah, Kahneman. His experiments, like the cold water one, they really make you think.
They do. The finding that, a longer experience, but one that ended a bit less painfully, was remembered better than a shorter, sharper pain that just stopped suddenly.
It feels backwards, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why would that slightly less awful ending make such a difference?
Well, it taps into how our memory works. Our brains tend to create these, well, the article calls them highlight reels.
Okay, like the best bits are the worst bits.
Exactly. We latch onto the emotionally charged moments, and this leads to something called duration neglect. Basically, how long it lasted doesn't matter as much as how intense the peak and end felt.
A short, amazing experience could stick more than a long, just okay one.
Or a short, terrible one, unfortunately.
So, translating this to e-commerce,
Yeah.
what's the big message for online stores? Why focus so much on these peaks and ends?
Well, think about how competitive it is online. Choices everywhere, right?
Absolutely. Click away in a second.
So just having an okay experience, even if it's efficient, probably isn't enough to make someone come back. But if you can strategically create a really positive peak moment and nail the ending.
Ah, then you leave a lasting positive mark.
Precisely. Even if, browsing the site was just fine, nothing special, those standout moments are what people remember. That's what brings them back.
Okay, so our brains are making highlight reels, focusing on the emotional bits. What's going on under the hood, like neurologically? Why do these moments stick so hard?
Good question. The article mentions the amygdala. That's the part of brain that's like the rapid responder for emotions.
The emotional hotspot.
Kind of, yeah. It processes intense moments quickly, often bypassing more logical thinking, makes the reaction more visceral, more memorable. And then you've got the hippocampus, which helps file these peak and end moments away into long-term memory.
And chemicals are involved too, right? Like dopamine.
For sure. Dopamine gets released during positive peaks, and that actually helps strengthen the memory formation. On the flip side, stress hormones during negative peaks also etch those moments into memory pretty strongly.
So emotions act like memory glue. But you mentioned negative peaks can sometimes outweigh positive ones.
Right.
That sounds tricky.
It's a really crucial point. The valence, whether it's positive or negative, and the intensity both matter a lot. We humans have a bit of a negativity bias. We tend to notice and remember the bad stuff more vividly.
Yeah. One bad interaction can spoil a lot of good ones.
It really can. And remember, people react differently. What's a minor annoyance for one person might be a huge deal, a major negative peak for someone else. Emotional sensitivity varies.
Okay. So we get the why. Let's talk how. What are some concrete examples of these peak moments an e-commerce store could create?
There's actually quite a range. Think about a flash sale. Creates that buzz, that urgency. That's an emotional peak.
You're at the thrill of the deal.
Or maybe really cool product reveal animations or interactive demos like videos or 3D models you can spin around. That creates more of a sensory peak.
Engaging the senses. What else?
Personalized recommendations that feel spot on. Like, wow, how did they know I'd like that? That's a positive surprise. Or even just, an unexpected discount popping up at checkout or a little free gift tucked into the order.
Little moments of delight.
Exactly. Little peak.
So it's not necessarily one massive, expensive wow factor?
Not always, no. The article suggests offering multiple potential peaks is smart because different things resonate with different people. Some love the deal, some love the cool visuals, some love feeling understood. Sensory, emotional, social peaks cater to different preferences.
Makes sense. Spread your bets. Okay, so we've hit the highs, the peaks, but the rule is peak end. How crucial is that ending? Let's talk about crashing that final impression.
Hugely crucial. The N in e-commerce terms really starts with the checkout and includes everything that happens after the purchase too.
Right, the checkout, that feels like a make or break moment.
It often is. It's usually the very last interaction before they commit. So it needs to be seamless, clear navigation, enough payment options, no surprise fees popping up.
Oh, hidden shipping costs. The worst negative peak.
Totally. Keep it transparent. And don't ask for their life story, just the essentials. Minimize friction right at that critical end point.
And clicking buy isn't really the absolute end, is it?
Not really, no. Think about what happens next. A nice, clear confirmation message immediately after purchase. That feels good, reinforces the decision.
Yeah, reassures you it went through okay.
And then post-purchase communication. Shipping updates are key. Keeps people in the loop, manages expectations, maybe tips on using the product, or even a little thank you with an exclusive offer for next time. That extends the positive feeling.
And for physical products, the unboxing.
So that's a massive part of the end experience for tangible goods. Nice packaging, maybe a little personal note. It can turn receiving the item into its own mini peak, a really positive final touch point.
Okay, but what if things go wrong? It happens. A product is faulty, shipping gets delayed. How does the peak end rule apply when you're dealing with a problem?
That's where things get really interesting, actually. How you handle a negative situation can sometimes turn it into a net positive memory.
Really? No.
Swift, sincere apologies go a long way. And then proactive solutions, a quick refund, sending a replacement immediately, maybe even a small discount on their next order as an apology. This can transform the memory from they messed up to, wow, their customer service was amazing.
So the resolution becomes a positive peak.
Exactly, a peak of excellent support. Customers often remember how effectively you fixed a problem even more strongly than if everything had just gone smoothly but unremarkably. It's sometimes called the service recovery paradox.
Huh. Fix a problem well, and they might end up more loyal.
It can happen. That memory of being taken care of can be incredibly powerful. You turned a negative into a strong positive ending, essentially.
Okay, so pulling all this together, what are the absolute key takeaways for e-commerce folks listening right now?
I think the main thing is being intentional. Don't just let the customer experience happen. Actively design for potential peak moments. Think about where you can inject delight or excitement.
And don't forget the end.
Absolutely critical. Optimize that checkout process. Optimize the post-purchase communication. Remember, it's the positive emotions during those peaks and at the very end that really stick in memory.
So focusing effort there can give more bang for your buck than trying to make every single step merely good.
Yeah, I think so. Aiming for consistently okay might lead to a forgettable experience. Strategically creating those memorable highs and ensuring a smooth, positive finish, that's likely more impactful for building loyalty.
So let's recap quickly. The peak end rule shows us memory isn't linear. It zooms in on the most intense moment, the peak, and the final moments, the end.
Right. Duration often gets overlooked.
And for e-commerce, this means consciously designing delightful peaks, maybe through personalization, great deals, cool features, and really smoothing out that ending, especially checkout and post-purchase.
Which ultimately builds satisfaction and keeps customers coming back.
Definitely. So as a final thought for everyone listening, take a moment to consider your own store's customer journey. Where are the peaks right now? Are they positive, negative? And what's that final impression you leave?
Yeah, what is the lasting memory you're creating? And maybe more importantly, how could you intentionally design for stronger positive peaks and a truly satisfying end?
Lots to think about there. And remember, this deep dive was powered by Growth Suite. If you want help running smart discount campaigns and maybe enhancing those crucial final steps of the customer journey, check them out.
Creating a more memorable brand experience.
Exactly. You can test Growth Suite for free on your Shopify store. Just search Growth Suite in the Shopify App Store.